This episode is brought to you by Dead Man's Wire, the new film from Roquet Entertainment. Dead Man's Wire is the incredible true story of the 1977 kidnapping that turned an aspiring entrepreneur into an outlaw folk hero. Directed by legendary filmmaker Gus Van Sant, Dead Man's Wire stars Bill Skarsgård, Dacre Montgomery, Carrie Elways, and Myha'la, with Coleman Domingo and Al Pacino. Now playing in select theaters everywhere January 16th.
It's the final chapter of the college football playoff.
It comes down to this.
Miami's unmatched grit and tenacity through the postseason has led them home. The national title now within reach.
They are confident. They are battle-tested.
Undefeated Indiana, led by Chris Signetti and Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza, have the chance to take home their first title and claim college football immortality.
The most remarkable turnaround in the history of college football.
The College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T. Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie skies are wide and high. Deep in the heart of Texas, deep in the heart of Texas.
Why, hello there. It's Friday.
Boy.
Yeah, it's a That Ain't Right Friday on King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am Rusty, and
Still
you made it to Friday. It's Friday.
You did make it to Friday. Good job, guys. All
Friday.
right. So this is the show where we do kind of things adjacent to the King of the Hill universe.
We're just doing it.
And I believe you have a starter for us here, a little amuse-bouche of an email.
I call this like a think piece on the modern Western pussification.
Okay.
So this is from Trey Trey. Shout out to Trey Trey.
Hello, Trey Trey.
The That's What She Said episode, which would have been the last episode that we covered prior to Monday. Of course, Monday's episode is out, and that's not the episode I'm talking about, but the one that we were for that
Previous.
was That's What She Said. So That's What She Said episode of King of the Hill feels like a meta argument for why the show is comfortable not falling into the usual lazy approach that adult animated sitcoms fall into, and that's being Family Guy clones / Adult Swim fodder. At least that's what it felt like before the revival started turning it into that very thing, minus the same jokes we all know they wouldn't do because of modern Western pussification. I just want to have to say here that literacy is absolutely just thrown out the fucking window. People have no idea how to form coherent sentences because I have really not a clue what he's talking about on this one. I think he's trying to have some type of like discussion about like the failing or the lazy approach that he feels like adult animated sitcoms fall into right now. And then
I think he's also basically saying that it's woke, right? Because he says pussification, so I'm assuming that he's saying that the new episodes are too woke for him.
Maybe that's what he's saying.
I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think that that our world is different than it was 15 years ago, and so I think they did a really good job of addressing all of that.
Yeah, I don't. Those emails are just funny and weird, but
they are weird. Keep them coming. Yeah,
another one. I'll read it. Western pussification. There you go.
Western pussification.
And you know what? If the ancient Romans could see us now, they would probably say, "Look at that westernized pussification."
They'd probably like it. All right, I have a little article here from comicbook.com. 5 most genuinely heartbreaking King of the Hill episodes of all time ranked. This is by Evan Valentine from January 7th, 2026. So just very recently. Says that King of the Hill is seeing a resurgence these days thanks to the new ones. Says he decided to gather 5 of the most heartbreaking episodes of the series that pride itself on humor, proving that the Hills can get emotional when they want. So if you want to talk about pussification, then you probably need to include these that make you feel
these
feelings.
episodes. So the first one is Pretty Dresses season 3.
You got it.
9, which is the episode where Bill becomes a shut-in and he starts wearing dresses and stuff like that, and he gets really, really drunk. It's around the holidays. It's actually a holiday episode, and it's about him pretending to be his wife Lenore.
He also tries to kill himself.
Yeah, he does. Very, very dark episode for sure.
It's a dark, dark episode. I mean, it's good. It comes around to being a very good episode, but I don't know that this content is any different than what we saw in the new stuff.
No, not at all. So actually, Hank wears a dress in this episode to support his friend, to let his friend know how ridiculous it is for him to sliding that far off the deep end, and that Hank, no matter what, kind of supports him, kind of thing. It was kind of a really heartfelt episode. It was really one of the darker ones, of course. I think the next one is less dark and a little more lighthearted.
It's Wings of the Dope. Yeah. Season 3, episode 23. It's the one where after the Megalomart blew up right at the end of last season.
Yeah.
And we find out that Buckley's dead. And
the trampoline episode. So the trampoline episode, cool story about that. Paul Scarlatta, the guy that I'm trying to get on the show, that is actually the scene that he drew. He drew that scene. He was a character. He did character work. So if the characters needed to be drawn into scenes, how cell animation works, for those of you that don't know, is the backgrounds are drawn and then they draw on a clear film. They draw the characters and they overlay the characters onto the scene. So he would have drawn the character for that scene specifically. I don't know how much in that episode he drew or how many episodes, but I know specifically because of the social media that Paul was the one that did that, so that we might get to talk to him. So it'd be cool.
That'd be great. That'd be great. But you know, this starts an entire season of Luann shaving her head and being depressed the entire time, and all of that stuff. So this again is one of those heartfelt.
It's like the end of a. It's one of those small, because there's stages of King of the Hill, and it's like one of those ones that where it kind of like shuts a chapter, stages. It's kind of like the closing of the chapter for the first 3 seasons of the show, because that ended right at the very end of the 3rd season, going into the 4th season. The 3 greatest seasons of King of the Hill, arguably 1, 2, and 3, with 4, 5, and 6 being the ones behind it. Usually people fall off around where we're at, as far as talking about their favorite episodes and stuff like that. You don't get many episodes that you ask people beyond around 7, 8. There's not very many after that people call their favorite episodes, unless it's something involving Lucky. Generally, somebody will be like, "Oh yeah, my favorite episode was this," and then I'll be like, "Well, why?" And then they'll mention Lucky. So fans of Lucky, of course, have episodes down the line that they like, but generally, most people have the first few episodes, seasons as their favorites.
I like when he shows up as a ghost and says, "Hey." I mean, that's
hey. Yeah.
Number 3, Dang Old Love from season 6, episode 20. Bill is the punching bag. Yep, go ahead.
I was going to say this is another a love episode, but this one is a Boomhauer one though. So it's all about the ice cream lady, because Bill had feelings for her, and then Boomhauer goes over there and ends up swooping in, and then she ends up dumping him and everything. And after she dumps him, Boomhauer doesn't really experience rejection very often. And it kind of and then we find out that Boomhauer, even though he shows himself as a lady man, we found out from Bobby that one episode where the only reason why he's a ladies man is because he gets about 1,000 no's, but the one lady might say yes. So
it's a numbers game.
1,000 people, so he's eventually going to get a yes for sure. So it's a good one. I really didn't see this one as too heartbreaking. I don't think it's heartbreaking when you see. I think it's heartbreaking because he's a lovable character, but I think if you look at it from like a reality standpoint, it's less heartbreaking because the amount of feelings that he's hurt, for him to get his feeling hurt is not as sad, I guess.
But this is the one where he has to go see his Meemaw to get the ring, right?
Yeah, all that stuff. So he goes through the whole rigmarole, but he gets turned down.
It just it is sad to see, but I understand what you're saying. He's getting what he's reaping what he's sowed.
Yeah,
basically.
from a pure character perspective, and like
Yeah.
like as show watcher, yeah. But like if this was somebody in reality that you knew, you probably wouldn't feel so bad for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Number 2 is To Kill a Ladybird, season 4,
Mhm.
episode 9. This is one that we've done. We don't know exactly what's happened to Ladybird in the current run. I'm assuming she died. But where this is where Hank finds out that Ladybird had a encounter with a raccoon.
Yeah, this is
He
the one where Bobby was feeding the raccoon in the
Yeah.
backyard.
Yeah. He has to think about putting Ladybird down, and it goes, the whole thing because she may have rabies.
But doesn't Bobby
Um,
end up shooting the raccoon?
I think he
I think
does.
Bobby's
Yeah.
the one that ends up taking the raccoon's life or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
the raccoon was his like pet. He was
Mhm.
feeding it scraps because he was taking double scrap. He would like double up on his plate and stuff in his pocket and take it outside to the raccoon. Yeah,
Yeah. That big fat
That's a good one.
raccoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a good one. It is a good one. But again, it is one of those things I would love to see them address in the new stuff. If nothing else, like if nothing else, maybe a picture of Ladybird or something like that.
yeah.
I've
I
got a
really
picture next
liked.
I've got a picture next to my bed of a dog I had named Steve, who was the greatest dog I've ever owned in my life. And so I keep a picture there, because I
Yeah,
love
I
that dog
actually,
so
I
much.
actually have a picture of 2 dogs,
Mm.
together because we had them around the same time. So I
Mhm.
actually have a picture of 2 dogs together that, so I understand
Playing
the
poker?
sentiment. Yeah, no, not on the playing poker. They're just laying there, obviously. But, no, yeah, so Hank having to explore his dog passing
Mhm.
away, that's pretty sad because she's a really big part of the whole show, I think.
Hank's pussification. All right, and then
Mhm.
number 1, we get Leanne's Saga, episode or season 2, episode 19.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the one where she starts. She talks about her parents and stuff. Correct?
Yeah, this episode is the one where it kind of explores. It's a little bit about Luann's struggle around the
Mhm.
loss of Buckley, her
Is this
relationship
one?
with her
Is this the one
mother.
where we find out her mother stabbed her father with a fork?
Yeah, so we find out that the reason why Leanne was absent was because she stabbed her ex with a fork. But it also shows Luann and Bill at their lowest because like
Yeah.
Bill falls for Leanne and he gets abused by her.
Oh yeah,
And
that's right.
then Peggy almost whoops her ass because Peggy would beat Leanne up, but Leanne leaves the house, and then she ends up just disappearing again, and it leaves Luann sad again. But they all find their own versions of peace at the end.
Sure.
But Leanne certainly never played a role in any of their journeys. You know what I mean? So
I have
I really
no
like
doubt that Peggy
Bill.
could kick Luann's ass hard.
Leanne, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Leanne, yeah.
Leanne, that's right. It is Leanne and Luann. That's right. You're right. You're right.
Leanne and Luann. But yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely could. I'm pretty confident in her ability to probably whoop most anybody's ass.
Peggy's just big ass feet. She could use that. I mean, that's your
Yeah,
first
she,
tool.
she's also a pinch hitter too. So
Well, she's a pinch hitter. She was a pitcher. She's
Oh, yeah.
Montana. She worked a ranch. I mean, she's a
she's a
stout
lights
lady.
out softball player. She's a
That's right.
shortstop. She
That's
knocks
right.
the hell out of the ball. She can throw the ball as
Yeah.
She's just a 4A all-state Montana, softball pitcher, pinch hitter. So
And a grade A asshole most of the time.
I wonder how often you get that, where you get the pitcher is also the best pitcher for your
Yeah.
team. Your starting pitcher is also your pinch hitter.
Yeah, that's weird. That is weird because usually somebody comes in for the pitcher.
Yeah, because you don't want
Yeah.
the pitcher messing their shoulder up or
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
Rotator cuff is already being stressed out. So
Well, those are the 5 most heartbreaking episodes, and I think I agree with most of them.
yeah, no, I definitely I
Mhm.
like those episodes. They're all good episodes from my favorite seasons of the show, which are 1 through 7. 8's not too bad. 8 has some good episodes, and
Yeah.
I actually will get to go back and revisit some episodes soon. I'm still not to a point where I'm still watching through these episodes, and I'm like, yeah, I remember these in the entirety. So
Mhm.
I haven't
Mhm.
quite got to the point yet where I don't know what I'm watching. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping I hit an episode. I don't know. I might get through it all and realize, well, maybe I have watched it all.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there are some episodes I really can't recall, don't think I watched. So
Yeah. Well, guys, that's going to do it for a short Friday. That Ain't Right Friday, and we want to thank you all for being here. Michael, we saw you come in. Thanks so much. Baby T's still here. Super Actie's still here.
Yep.
Anybody else who's still here, we certainly appreciate you being here. You want to tell them where they can find us?
Friday.
Ooh.
So you could find us at BWAAAKOTH.
Yo, Super Asking. Yeah, and guys, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your viewership, your listenership, all of that stuff. We will still put the phrases for the t-shirts up on the social media, so watch that. We're going to get you guys to pick one.
I'm going to put it on the Instagram. That's
Yeah.
BWAAAKOTH. That'll be on Instagram. So if you haven't followed us over there, go over there. We're going to put up the poll for the shirt soon.
Yep.
And once that's up, we will put up a storefront for those to be purchased.
Yeah, they'll be on the Rogue storefront. It's one of them is going to be definitely the mashed potatoes aren't as buttery as usual. Mom, did we go poor? So I think that's a timely one. But thank you guys. We really appreciate it, and we will see you again next time. And I think that leaves one thing left to say.
Oh, we Matanye.
We Matanye indeed, guys. Happy 2026. We'll see you next time.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.